Early in 2025, my wife and I decided to leave the hustle and bustle of Oahu, where we'd been living for the past 13 plus years, and move to the Big Island. We had purchased a 3-acre lot of ag land where we planned to build ourselves a 30-foot off grid yurt. Now, I once built a table and it didn't break, not right away. So I was feeling pretty confident about my building skills, but I figured I'd probably need to hire some help. Yeah, this is Ken, my father in law. He brought his own bottle of bourbon to the job interview, so things were looking pretty good. He said he'd built a deck once before and he didn't need to get paid, so yeah, I just hired him there on the spot. I won't tell you how old he is, but he's 76. You'll eventually meet Tanner too, our lead carpenter. Yeah, he shot himself in the leg with a nail gun on the first day of work and had to get rushed to the hospital. So Ken was immediately promoted to lead foreman. Now, Ken and I realized pretty quickly on day one why our carpenter Tanner conveniently shot himself in the leg on the first day. The first order of business was to set up our foundation, and each double strapped pier block weighed 160 pounds, and there were 32 of them suckers. And we worked together and slowly but surely got them spaced out in what was supposed to be a perfect circle. Our circle turned out to be more of a lopsided egg, but we were exhausted after the first day, and we figure we'll fix that tomorrow. Ken and I, we camped out on the property during the build, and my family was still over on Oahu. We didn't have any running water or electricity besides the generator that we were using for building. There was no internet. Our cell phones barely worked, so we spent our evenings sitting around the grill and talking story, listening to the coqui frog, sipping on the brown stuff that Ken always seemed to have handy until sleep came, which never took too long after all the hard work building each day. So day two, the pier blocks were set. We straightened out our lopsided egg and formed it into the circle that we needed. We rented a rotary laser level so we could measure our posts. We had no clue how to use it, and there were no directions, and we had no internet, so we couldn't just YouTube it. But Ken made a quick phone call to his other son-in-law, an actual builder, and he walked us through it real quick. And well, week two, Tanner, our carpenter, who shot himself in the leg with a nail gun, he showed up. Turns out, they didn't have to amputate his leg. The hospital, they just yanked the nail out with some pliers and slapped a band-aid on it. And he came back just in time to get the floor laid out. By week 2, we had our camping routine down pat. We'd fire up the grill even if we had nothing to cook. Just the smoke would clear out all the mosquitoes and other pests. We'd get the tiki torches going and we'd sit down. Ked would usually pour a shot and we'd talk story until the sun went down. A quick pro tip: if you're laying out tongue and groove plywood, always go from left to right, from tongue towards the groove. So you're always placing the tongue into the groove as you lay it out. Um, we started in the middle and worked our way out, and so it worked fine in one direction, but in the other direction, we were forcing the groove onto the tongue, and it just doesn't really work all that well. You could run into trouble. As soon as we had enough plywood floor laid out, Ken upgraded his position in life. He moved his tent from our campsite to the Yurt platform. Something about a noisy neighbor who snores like a grizzly bear. I don't know. Well, at least he can't be late to work now. Well, we spent roughly about 3 weeks building the that yurt platform. If we had to do it again, having built this one, I think we could probably do it in two. I think that's realistic. But Ken was coming to the end of his stay, and just in time because we were just about finished. We finished up gluing and screwing the floor, and we gave Ken the honor of cutting the perimeter circle. All right, well, thanks for watching, and tune in next time for when Ken tricks me into going on a 10-mile hike in my jeans and slippers, and hopefully we get to building this yurt.